Teenage Marvel fan, back with another video, and I'm a little late to this news, but figured I might as well make the video anyway. William Hurt was spotted on the set of Black Widow. So that means that Thunderbolt, aka General Ross, General Thunderbolt Ross, will have an appearance in Black Widow. Although, apparently the movie has wrapped shooting, so people are assuming that this is for the post-credit scene. And we of course know that the Black Widow movie takes place in between Civil War and Infinity War. But the way that he looks, like from what we saw on the set, he looks much older, and he even has a walking cane. So that means that it takes place in present time. So, an interesting thing to note is that the walking cane he was using is red. And if you're a fan of the comics or even animated TV shows from Marvel, then you know that Thunderbolt Ross becomes the Red Hulk. So, I'm thinking that this is probably something to hint at him becoming the Red Hulk. Either that or the Thunderbolts. Or both. I'm hoping that it's both. So I, along with most other people, are thinking that in this post-credit scene, maybe he'll be meeting up with somebody, or he'll just come up with the idea to create the Thunderbolts, and then he'll become the Red Hulk. I mean, I don't think he'll actually become the Red Hulk in the post-credit scene, although maybe he will, because like I said, he looks old and frail, looks like he's dying, so maybe he takes it to, stay alive or something. That would be interesting. So I really hope that this is to set up the Thunderbolts and Red Hulk, because a Thunderbolts movie would be really awesome, because it's like the Suicide Squad, but with Marvel. And I mean, the Suicide Squad, the movie was good, but it wasn't great. It definitely could have been better. And if Marvel makes a Suicide Squad movie, which is basically the Thunderbolts, then it would be an awesome movie. Plus, you kind of have most of the team already out there in the MCU. You have Ghost left over from Ant-Man and the Wasp. She's out there somewhere on the run. From Iron Man 2, Justin Hammer. He was in prison, but I mean, he could easily have escaped. After the Incredible Hulk, Abomination and the Leader were sent to prison somewhere. Let's see. From Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we know that Baron Zemo's going to be in that show. So he could return to be part of the Thunderbolts. And I'm assuming that he probably would, because in the comics, Baron Zemo is known as the leader of the Thunderbolts. But also from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we know that we're getting U.S. Agent. So it's possible that U.S. Agent could be a part of the Thunderbolts as well. That is, if he doesn't die in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because Marvel likes to kill off their villains. And if they don't kill off one villain, they usually, if they don't kill off a villain, they usually kill off at least one. So, I mean, if they're gonna kill off either Zemo or U.S. Agent, it'll probably be U.S. Agent, because nobody really cares about him, I mean, compared to Zemo. So, yeah, and then, I mean, there's always other characters that you could throw in there, because even though there are a few villains that have survived movies, they're out there, and there are enough to form a team, and then there's even gonna be new villains in Phase 4. I can't think of any new villains that we'd be getting, that we know of so far, that would be part of the Thunderbolts, but, I mean, you never know, because, Black Widow. Actually, yes, from the Black Widow movie. Maybe Yelena Belova could be the part of the team, but I'm thinking more along the lines of her becoming an Avenger, possibly, and being basically the new Black Widow. But then I was thinking that Taskmaster could be in the Thunderbolts, and that would be pretty cool. So, let's see. Black Widow. I'm just gonna go through every Phase 4 thing that we know of so far, and try and think of a villain that we know we're getting from that could be part of the Thunderbolts. So Black Widow, Taskmaster. Eternals, I don't really think there's anything that they could do with that for the Thunderbolts. But then, let's see, Shang-Chi, I don't really think there's anything there either. We know that the Mandarin is the villain, but I don't know why he would be part of the Thunderbolts, especially since Shang-Chi wouldn't be a part of the Avengers at that point yet. Then we've got Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. The two biggest rumors right now as to the villain of that movie is either Nightmare or Scarlet Witch. If Scarlet Witch ends up being the villain, she's not going to stay the villain for long. So she wouldn't be part of the Thunderbolts anyway. And then if it's Nightmare, I mean, I doubt Nightmare would be part of the team. He's one of those villains that would probably die at the end of the movie, because, I mean, like, if he doesn't die, then he would just, like, keep causing chaos. And then Spider-Man 3, we know that we're getting Spider-Man 3 in between Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness and Thor Love and Thunder. So Spider-Man 3, we don't know who the villain is. I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be Kraven. But I don't think they would use any Spider-Man villains for the Thunderbolts team, because they would want to save them and use them for the Sinister Six, if they're able to work that out at some point. And then Thor Love and Thunder, not really anybody from that you can do. We don't know who the villain's going to be, but, I mean, like, if it's some kind of Asgardian thing, then why would they be part of an Earth-based villain team? So yeah, and then, as for the Disney Plus shows, I mentioned Zemo and U.S. Agent from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then, WandaVision, we don't know who the villain is. Biggest rumors are Agatha Harkness and Grim Reaper. Grim Reaper's a possibility. And then, for Loki, we don't really know much of anything about that show, especially not the villains. But then What If, of course, that's a what if show, so it's not, like, necessarily canon to the MCU, but at the same time it is. But then Hawkeye, you could probably get some good villains from Hawkeye. We don't know who the villain is going to be. We barely know anything about the show, except that we're getting Kate Bishop, and we're going to see more of Clint's time as Ronin. But some rumors for that show have been that the villains will be the Hood and Trickshot. So it would be cool to see either one of those. Between the two, I think Trickshot would be on the Thunderbolts. I think that would be cool to see. So yeah, I'm hoping that this General Ross being in the Black Widow movie leads to a Thunderbolts movie, or at least Red Hulk. So that would be really cool to see. But post your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think that this is for the Thunderbolts? Do you think this is even for the post-credit scene? Or what do you want this to be about with General Ross, and where do you want his story to progress towards? And if it is about the Thunderbolts, who would you want to see on the team? But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hope to see you